Hey there gamers, and welcome to Nintendo TV review number 15, Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars for the Super Nintendo. This game was the plumber's first leap into the RPG world, and the final Mario game released on the Super Nintendo. Now let's get into this review. Once again, the evil King Bowser has kidnapped Princess Peach, and it is now Mario's job to go rescue her. Whilst Mario and Bowser battle in the castle, a sudden crash occurs and a giant sword crashes into the castle, sending Mario, Bowser and the princess off in different locations. Mario finds out that the sword is protecting the evil Smithy, and destroys the bridge to Bowser's castle so Smithy can take over it. Now Mario must team up with many new and classic characters to recover the 7 star pieces and repair the Star Road before Smithy can unleash his evil throughout the land. As I said before, Mario RPG is the plumber's first leap into the world of RPG gaming. This is nothing like the Mario games that preceded it, where you ran along a 2D level stomping enemies, as now you have vast 3D levels to explore, including routes, towns and many other locations. The battle system in this game is turn-based, and players take turns to attack, but there is more to do than just attack. You can use items you have purchased or found, defend yourself, use special moves, or flee the battle. Personally, I think the runaway option is useless sometimes, as I have no idea what determines if you run away or not. There is no tapping A aspect like the Paper Mario games that followed this game, but instead it will occasionally just say you cannot run. This can be really irritating if you are trying to find a save point after defeating a tough boss, and end up stuck in a battle only to have the stupid runaway feature not work. But hey, enough of that. The game has many vast levels to explore, like a sunken ship, a massive tower, and much more. The game has really fun boss battles, however sometimes the bosses in this game really stress me out. Let me just say Yaridovich and leave it there. You can also level up in this game when you gain enough EXP points from battle, and leveling up is crucial as it raises your status points for HP, attack and defense. The game has an excellent comedic feel to it, and there are so many hilarious cutscenes it's just unreal. Square did a fabulous job with the humour in this game, so kudos to them. You also encounter many people who join your team throughout your journey, like Gino, a possessed doll, Princess Peach and even Bowser. Now, I'm going to talk about some stuff that really wound me up in this game. First of all, the text is just annoying. I understand this was a Super Nintendo game, and voice acting in games was not done yet, but was this much text needed? Sometimes I just think I'm going to doze off out of boredom in some cutscenes, really. Also, in the sunken ship level, I really hated this 3D maze game, as it was just so confusing and it took me ages to figure out the damn thing. Finally, I get really annoyed when I enter a room only to find out there's like 5 enemies in there all trying to kill me. It's a pain in the neck and it's so annoying. Right, I've had my moan, now let's move on. Super Mario RPG uses a graphical technique where 3D sprites are rendered and animated to create 3-dimensional worlds. This graphical technique was also used in another Super Nintendo game, Donkey Kong Country. However, Super Mario RPG uses an overhead view, which results in vast, huge levels which you are free to explore. The sprite animation in each of the different enemies is spot on, and there are so many really cool designed bosses and enemies to battle. The levels all vary in look, and each one is just as well designed as the last. Super Mario RPG had outstanding graphics for a Super Nintendo game, with very detailed levels, really good enemy designs, and overall the visuals are just superb. The music in this game was really well composed and is really a pleasure to listen to. One of my most favourite themes in the game is the fast-paced battle theme. But that's not all, as I love all the tunes in this game, and each one is well matched to its stage, like the creepy sewer music, and also the cheerful, jolly tunes for the various towns in the game. As for sound effects, They're pretty basic and not very realistic. But hey, let's not be too harsh, as this was a Super Nintendo game. As for voice acting, what do you expect? Didn't exist in games yet, so now let's move on. For this section, I am explaining the classic controller controls. However, I believe these are the same as the original Super Nintendo ones. Now, in order to move Mario around the 3D world, you just use the D-pad, and if you hold the Y button whilst walking, Mario will run. You tap the B button to make Mario jump, and the X button will open up the status menu, and the A button is the action button, so you use it to talk, buy items, navigate through menus, etc. Okay, now for the battle controls. Now, the battle mode has 4 menus for you to open up: attack, special, items, and other. The A button is used to attack, and just before you attack, press A to make the attack more powerful. The B button is used to open up the other moves menu, where you can defend or run away. Press Y to open up the special move menu, and finally the X button to open up the items menu. To select things in the menu, you need to press the button you pressed to open the menu. The A button can also be used to defend enemy attacks, and finally each special move requires you to hit different buttons, like this one here where you have to tap Y rapidly. And that's all I have to say about the controls, and I have no problems with these controls, and they are spot on and well laid out. Overall, I think that Super Mario RPG is a massive success in RPG gaming for the plumber, and Square did an excellent job with it. It does have a few minor issues, and can sometimes be quite an annoying game, but it's still one of the best Mario games on the Super Nintendo. There are many vast places for you to explore, and many amazing bosses and enemies to brawl against. All this, coupled with amazing music, a great story, brilliant gameplay, and outstanding visuals, makes Mario RPG a must-have game. I suggest you go to the Wii Shop channel now and download this game for just 900 points. Trust me, it will be worth your money.